Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have a vintage Allbright tube lighter. I believe this is probably from the 1930s or 40s. It's what is commonly known as a lipstick lighter. This is listed on the Toledo Bend website. I'm not sure which way this actually goes. It seems like the base would be the longer end. Well, now that I see, maybe they're the same size. They are. My eyes are playing tricks on me. So, a pretty old lighter with some damage, wear, scuffs, paint loss, but one that we have not had on the channel before. Just installed a piece of flint, so it is sparking just like you would hope. We're going to go ahead and fuel it up here in a moment and then fire it up. You can see it is marked Allbright, made in USA, and the insert even has somewhere you can see where the chrome has been worn down and that plating is missing. You can see the brass underneath. But nonetheless, looks like the original wick, wadding, and all that. So we'll go ahead and fuel it up here, and then we'll see. You guys can let me know how you feel about it. Is the blue the top or the black the top? I guess that would be, or could be, just for the user to decide. That probably is the case. And per usual, I overfilled it, so I'll shake that off camera here and let that dry out for a moment while I get the fuel off my hand. Light right up. It's a handy lighter you can put in your pocket, fit alongside your pack of cigarettes, or if you are a medical marijuana patient, then you may carry tubes that hold your medicine. This would fit right down in there in your pocket with the pre-rolled tube just fine. Overfilled it a little bit, so we're going to have some fuel volatility that we're dealing with here. See that flame wanting to reach back there, reach every area of vapor it can consume. So it looks like the entire lighter is constructed of brass, and then the case is painted, whereas the insert, I believe, was plated. Looks plated. Has a very shiny mirror type finish. I don't think silver paint would be that shiny. The wick does look a little charred. It had been used before I used it, which is always good to know. As far as making money off of lighters, you know, it's great getting a hold of lighters that are brand new, never been touched, never been lit, just come right out of the box. That's awesome. But there's also something nice about a lighter that had a life before you knew it. And cool to learn the nuances, and every lighter is different and tells a different story. Talked before about Ted Ballard and what he told me the first time I went up there to see him, that there was no such thing as an insignificant lighter. And with all the plastic crap out there, I disagree with that. But this Allbright lighter is certainly not insignificant, and I'm glad to do a little show and tell here on the channel. Fuel it up for you and let it rip. As you can see, that little fuel that it has available, I don't know how long it would go without evaporating, but the lighter functions just great. Maybe now we burned up a little bit too much of the vapor. If you look this lighter up on the Toledo Bin VCL page, you will see that Allbright also made a compact lighter, which would have been very fashionable and in demand back in the day. Something that I'd like to see some of the manufacturers bring back. Also, lipstick lighters that were somewhat more elaborate and fancy than this particular model you see before you. And then, of course, what they must have been most famous for, I would think, and I didn't know it was them that made it, and there may have been multiple that made them, but the Miss Cutie lighter. I've never owned one of those, but I've seen them posted and talked about on the various Facebook lighter groups. And that Miss Cutie lighter would be definitely not one you could carry around without people knowing it. It's a table lighter, and it's also an attention getter. I would say most definitely a conversation starter if you put it on your place and put it to use when you're entertaining. But as I said, I've never owned or had a Miss Cutie in my hand, but I will keep this Allbright lipstick lighter in my hand and my pocket for the next few days and just see how much fuel we can get out of an overfilled little insert like that before it refuses to light. Until next time.